So I was really curious how many people will stay after fucking agile presentation. Few of them is here, so it's good. So let me introduce first. My name is Petr Kas, and I'm from Vysoft company. I work as a product owner, even if we don't have areas. I call myself something like area product owner, but I will talk about this later. And I work in research and development department, and the purpose or the reason why I'm here today is because I would like to tell you more about how we are able to coordinate 100 people in R&D in 3PO's in the company where we don't have areas and we don't have managers. So I'll give you a bite what we do and how. But before that, I will share some story about two students from Brno who wanted to change the world. Then I will continue with the idea of, or crazy idea, I would say, managerless organization. And finally, I will continue with the coordination of the teams, and I will share what are the secrets, how we are able to do that. Okay, so let's start some words or a few words about Vysoft. So it was year 2000, and two students from Masaryk University, Václav Muchna and Martin de Martini, didn't like the printing on the traditional printers. So they decided to change the print industry, and they co-founded Vysoft. So since that time, we work from Brno. Our headquarters is in Brno. So we operate from the Czech Republic, but our reach is global, and we have offices around the world. And what these two guys invented. So as I said, they hated the printing as it was, and they decided to invent the SafeQ, which is a print management solution. So since that time, we make software and we make hardware, and our business partners are bundle this software and hardware together with their solutions, with their printers. And because we have limited time, I'm not gonna talk too much about SafeQ, but just you can imagine what is SafeQ. So all the magics are happening right after you press the print button on your computer. Then we take the print task, and we work with that. We work with them. And who we make happy? You can imagine many people in the company, but I will mention just one, and it's a typical employee who really like the things like scan to email or scan to Dropbox, or he can print from anywhere, anytime. And let's talk about Vysoft transformation. This is very important. And I think it makes sense to split this transformation in two parts. First is less transformation or less adoption, and second is the manager-less transformation. Sorry. Okay, so before we jump into the transformation or adoption, I have to ask, who knows LeSS? Okay, I can see a few people. That's good. So just quickly again, LeSS is a framework for scaling Scrum. So it's Scrum, but in companies where you have a lot of employees, a lot of people, you need to scale the Scrum. And what we did, so it was year 2019, and our company grew really fast, and even our R&D was growing fast, and we realized that even if we are growing in the people, our productivity is falling, and we didn't know why. So we hired some experts to help us, and we discovered that our Scrum doesn't work as it should. So then we started to prepare some changes or experiments, and we prepared first flip. So it was year 2019, and we decided to change the traditional organization where you have teams with POs and with their backlogs. So we created one backlog with project owners groups, and we prioritized the backlog for all these teams. So it was the first step, but we still had the departments like UX and security and others. And because this first step was very successful and our productivity is starting to grow, we decided to prepare the second flip. And in this second flip, we wanted to change the component teams to feature teams. That means that every single team would be able to deliver every or any feature on the product. So we prepared everything, but when we wanted to start this, COVID came, and we have to do the decision, if do it or not. And we did it, and because there was nothing to lose, so we did it, and here we are. We have feature teams, which are able to deliver any feature on the product which they want. And and in the same time, we were thinking about I would say crazy idea to reduce the managers, because we believe that we have so experienced team that we can reduce the managers. There was no value to have these managers, because usually what are the managers doing, right? Writing some contracts or hiring people and other things. So we believe that the benefits can, if we overcome the challenges, the benefits will bring a lot of value for us. So what are the challenges? So first thing which we had to overcome was the promotion people. Who is promoting people in the traditional company? It's some manager, right? In a company where are no managers, it depends on the team. So we created the process, and if somebody wants to be promoted, he has to say, hey, hello, I'm senior engineer, I want to be promoted. He has to collect the feedback, he has to write some justification why he should be promoted, and then he has to start the promotion process. We have promotion committee who is just accepting that the process is correct, and in case it is, the engineer is promoted. Second thing is hiring people. Again, in traditional organization, there is HR department, staffing department, managers, and these people are usually hiring the people. In our company, it depends again on the teams, because the teams understand what we need to do, and they are responsible for hiring people. So they are initiating the hiring process, they are doing the interviews, and they finally select the candidate. And third challenge is related to the development, or who supports development of the engineers. And again, it depends on the team, because team is giving the feedback to the engineers, and based on this feedback, the engineer can decide if he wants to develop themselves. So, for example, if he needs to develop his soft skills, he can ask our agile coaches. And what are the benefits? That's most important. I think the biggest benefit is that we have a business-oriented team. I heard this several times. We need to have business-oriented team, but how do you want to have business-oriented team if the team don't speak to customers? So that's really challenging. And because we reduce these manager layers, our engineers are speaking directly to the customers. Second benefit is motivation of the engineers. Again, usually if you have traditional organization, the engineers are getting the work from managers. And in our company, it's up to teams or engineers what topic or epic they are going to work on. So they are much more motivated, and they are responsible to communicate with the customer, get the information from the customer, and if they get the information from the customer, the motivation is much higher because they have some kind of agreement with the customer that they will deliver the work. And the third thing is the agility on the IT market. You all know that the IT market is ever-changing, so it's really fast. And because our engineers are connected with customer, they can react even during the sprint. They can really get the feedback, and they can implement this feedback really fast. And how we work. So this is the most important part of the presentation, because I'm going to share how we are able to coordinate the work with 3PO's. We have like 13 teams, seven people in the team. It's like 91 people. So 3PO's have to coordinate the work for 91 people. It was challenging, really, and we discovered some tips which helped us. And first thing is transparency. I think that's, I would say, in our company, transparency is the really important things, because we are open, and everybody in the company can see what is in the backlog. They can see what we are going to do, what are the priority. And for this, we are using Miro. It was mentioned on the previous presentation. And we discovered Miro as a very useful tool during the COVID, because everybody was at home, and we needed to find cooperative tool. And Miro is the tool which we chosen, and it's really helpful. What is important again is that we have regular refinements. And on the previous slide, you can see that we have traditional sprint. We are starting with refinements, then we continue with planning, and on the end of the sprint, there is a review. But our refinements are regularly at Wednesday. There is a slot for that, and everybody in the company can choose the slot and put the topic for the refinement. So if somebody believes that he has a good idea, he can bring this topic for the refinement and refine it. It looks like this on this slide. So he can put the topic, he can choose the people who believes that should be there, he can create the Teams channel, and every Wednesday, 10:30, the whole company or the people who believes that can help or cooperate join and refine the topic. Second thing, and I think this is the most important thing, is that we have epic driving teams. Epic driving teams is nothing else than the teams who are choosing the epics, and they are driving these epics from the beginning to the end. Our goal is to connect the team with the customer. So on the beginning, we connect the team with the customer. The team then collect the information. They are defining the scope, validating the scope with the customer, then take the topic for the refinement. On this refinement, they are defining what needs to be done, probably splitting into the smaller parts, and creating acceptance criteria. So again, it's on the Miro. Everybody can see which team is driving which epic, and everybody in the company can ask for the details. And third things, top of the backlog. So maybe question, what do you think we have on the top of the backlog? What it should be? Some important customer requirement? Okay. We have on the top of the backlog, we have empty space, and this empty space is for the engineers. They can bring any topic which could help us improve the productivity. So before we did this, there was a lot of complaints from the engineers, from many people, hey, we need to improve our pipeline, we need to do this, we need to do this. And then we said, okay, so why not? Why the people don't take this topic and don't do it? Because it's not priority. So we reserve this space for them to have a priority. So and there is just one rule. If they bring the topic, they have to drive it and deliver it. And quick sum up. So our sprint-to-sprint coordination, what are the most important things? We use Miro for transparency. We have regular Wednesday refinements. We have Epic Driving team who is responsible to create acceptance criteria. And no more complaints because they have the opportunity to deliver or fix whatever is needed. And from long-term cooperation, I would give some advice here, what we do. And I would start with the team pick their work. And I would highlight again, we are our peers. We don't have a managers. So I am on the same position as software engineer. There is no hierarchy in the company. So my responsibility is to transparently let know people what is the priority. Prepare a roadmap and prepare the backlog with the priority. And the teams can look at the roadmap and then they can decide what they want to do. So they are picking their work. So for example, in case they can see some interesting topic in 3 months, they can even hire the new software engineer if they don't have a knowledge for that. So this is very important. Again, team is responsible for hiring the people, and team can pick their work, so they can prepare for that. And for regular sprint-to-sprint coordination, again, we have backlog, and the team can pick their work. We don't care if they take, I don't know, if they take some PBI from the Epic. It's their decision. We just need to make sure that the Epic will be delivered. Second thing which I would mention here is that we have customers on the reviews. When I joined Vysoft like 4 years ago, and I was on the first review, and I'm not the software developer, I've seen some kind of code, and the engineers told me, "Hey, Peter, this is the work which we did, and it's done." And I was like, "Probably yes, I don't know." Yeah. So this was the first review. So we discussed how to change it because I was not able to validate if the team delivered the work or not. And we decided to ask the team, "Hey, teams, can you show us what the customer will see when we deliver the software?" And they started to do their live demo. So on our review, you can see one engineer is standing in front of the printer, pushing the buttons and releasing the print job. And this is awesome because this is exactly what we needed to see, and we could provide the feedback because our reviews are not some kind of status meetings. We are not. We don't need to see the status. We need to provide the feedback to do the work better. And in this time, we realized that we can invite the customers for the reviews because they can see some value on the review. So we had to little bit update our reviews. We split the review for an internal review because we don't want our customers to see everything. And we have the external review. We call it a last call stage because this is last call for the customers to give us feedback before we release the software. And last topic which I would like to mention here is predictability. And it's quite tough topic because I can see some engineers here from our company, and they would argue with me. But we still have this metric. Let's call it metric, and it's some kind of information for us what's going on in the company. And how we get there. Our sprint is starting with planning. And on the planning, we do an agreement with the teams what we will see on the review. And it's just because we were sometimes surprised on the review what we've seen. So right now we are aligning with the team on the planning, and we specifically ask the team to write us what we will see. So on the end of the sprint, we can say, yes, the team delivered what we expected, or no, they didn't deliver it. And even if the team deliver 99% of the work, but something is missing, it's not delivered. So it's 0 or 1. And we are measuring this success, and we call it predictability. The original purpose of the predictability was to have some data for our roadmap. We wanted to have predictable roadmap, and we needed to know how predictable are the teams. What is the percentage of the delivery of the task? I would say the purpose changed, because the main purpose for us is that we realized that in case there is some problem with the team, the predictability is falling. And it's important to say that we are not asking the teams for 100% of predictability. We want them to take a risk. So we are asking for something around 70%. That's not so important. What is important here that we are asking, or we are looking at the trends, 3 months trends. It's 9 sprints, I think. And if the trends are falling, we know that there is something wrong, miscommunication in the team, missing knowledge in the team, or something else. And we are just giving the team advice. Hey guys, look at your trends, look at your predictability. You should do something because it's not stable. And as I mentioned on the beginning of this topic, I have here some engineers, and when we discuss this topic, we have some discussions about this, and we discuss the dark side, because measuring the predictability is at least questionable, and because there are some reasons or complaints. One of the complaints is that shit happens, right? So if you are doing on some task in the sprint, then you get some critical call from customers you have to skip, and you do not deliver. Or other complaint is it's killing the throughput, because people are smart, right? And if in case they are aware that we are measuring the predictability, they start to take smaller and less PBIs. But again, we are not asking for 100%. We are okay. We want them to risk and challenge them. And the third complaint which we heard was that it goes against quality, because usually what do you do if you are delayed with the sprint? You skip the test, right? So then the quality is low. And again, we are trying to explain that it's okay if you fail sometime. So again, the tough topic, but this is important for us because it's giving us some information about the performance of the team. Okay, 25 minutes. And quick recap again. So we don't have managers. Teams are taking and choosing their work. We do not, our sprint review is not the status meeting. We need to get the feedback, and we need to validate if the teams delivered what was expected from the customers. Okay, no proxies. Sometimes we were asked, hey, product owners, we are better with the presentation, we are not good enough, and we are afraid to present something to customer. If you connect the team and engineers with the customer, they are speaking during the sprint, then they are not afraid. So we don't have to do the demo. They are much better in that. Yeah, and predict, again, predictability. We can predict some issues with teams, but it's a really good servant, but master. And I think that's it.
Thanks a lot, Peter. And we have plenty of questions, and the most voted one was this one. What do you miss the most after managers leaving?
I think that's more question to our engineers, but I think what I feel is that they really need some personal discussion. They really need to talk about some personal things. Of course, we have people from HR, but it's not so close cooperation like if you have a people manager or team managers. So I think this is the what I personally miss.
Who is laying off people if needed?
Sorry, can you repeat it?
Who is laying off people if needed?
Oh, sorry. Okay, again, tough topic, but it's usually team. And it's the predictability is again helping. And it happened to us that we've seen some low predictability in the team, and we said, hey guys, it seems there is something wrong because you are not able to deliver. 4 sprints in a row, you didn't deliver anything. And we initiate the discussion, and then we get the feedback from the team, hey, we have here guys, and we say, okay, so do something. And usually the team propose some learning or propose some steps for the team member, and in case it doesn't work, they agree on the leaving.
How do you share knowledge feature gaps through different teams?
I think if I do not count the daily communication within the teams, we have a community of practices. So on this community of practices, we can discuss some specific areas, but we have an internal review. This is a good place for sharing the knowledge and the experience as well. And yeah, teams, reviews, and community of practices.
And we are running out of time, so last question, and it's actually right now the most voted one. If team is picking the work, how do you handle unpopular topics nobody wants to do?
We always agree on that. No, but in this case, we put this topic on the top, and the rule is easy. You have plenty of epics, and you should take the epic which is on the top. In case it's really important and no team is taking this epic, we start the discussion and we found the volunteers. Sometimes, if needed, we create some kind of team who is taking these not popular topics.